Welcome to Scare Rock RC. Hopefully the audio is good. I really need to get a microphone. But we're going to start off on this video with this. This is a, grab the box here. This is that. Laegendary Grando. There's the cat. Always the cat. Alright, come on. I've already seen this thing 3,000 times. Thank you. So, this comes off of Amazon. You know, I don't know a whole lot about the brand, but we like budget stuff. Budget stuff's really what a lot of people get into the hobby with. And this is one of those items. And I kind of took it around. As you can see, it's dark outside. I've already took it around a little bit outside. And it's so far not bad. Let's get the body off. And body clips. You know, obviously this is a budget. So you're not going to get anything super cool as far as the body mounting. You do have blacked out windows, but it does have a nice little roof rack on here. This is molded plastic. It's actually multiple pieces screwed together. So does have LED lights. They're not all that bright, but I'll hopefully get to show you that as this video goes along. So, and there we go. So, it does have a little light controller here. It's like on the body posts, they just took some universal posts and cut them off, so they're a little crude. But overall, I'm checking if I'm in frame. But overall, that's kind of whatever, honestly, when it comes to this. So, the body's just Lexan, nothing crazy about it. It is kind of a nice color. I do like these teals, and it does have some metallic. It is, you know, two tones, so, you know, there's a little bit of thought process into the paint on this body here. So a couple of the features that this does have, most notably, it is 2-speed. And the 2-speed transmission is, honestly, a little bit of time I drove it, quite smooth. It's not bad at all. Let's see what else we got here. We do have a functional Raven. Killing me, Smalls. So it does have a functional winch. It does not have the power to lift the weight of the truck. So obviously it'll work probably about the same as a kinetic winch that you get from like DSM Off-Road, the little kinetic stretchy guys. But it's there. So, you know, it does give you that, and the wiring's there, so you could actually just get a better winch, mount it up, and plug it in. The transmitter is, you have two buttons here. That's for the winch. Your 2-speed is right here. And then the lights are this little button on the side here. And they're just on and off. Nothing crazy. So it is oil-filled shocks. They're a little, the oil, I think they got too thick of an oil in there, but it does have a pretty decent amount of articulation. It is a servo on-axle design, as you can see there. Zoom in. I'm trying to do one of these like face-up videos. I don't I don't really get the details into that much. The tires are not the best. I don't honestly even think they would crawl well. They're not hard, but they're not sticky, soft, kind of like what you want in a crawler. They are about 4.7-ish inches tall on 1.9s, and they are glued on. They're not bead locks, so they're just kind of basic tires. And honestly, when I was driving it, they're kind of wobbly and not great. Anyway, what else do we need to talk about? One major thing we need to talk about is the fact that these chassis rails should look very familiar. Very familiar, if you can see that. So, looks very reminiscent of an SCX 10.2. You got your curve up front, you know, that kind of curve. Even the shock towers, the general shape of everything. The skid is not an SCX 10.2, which is probably because this has 2-speed in it, but that motor placement kind of being on the lower side looks like a lot reminiscent of that. You do get what I would say is a Hobbywing 1040. Excuse me. So Hobbywing 1040 most likely is what that is. It did have a pretty good drag brake actually. So I'm not sure 100% what that receiver is, or that ESC is. It's just labeled with their brand name Legendary, or Laegendary. It's a 550 size motor. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, I can't really say. It just says Turbo 550 on it. It is actually quite fast. You do get metal links. You do get adjustable shock collars. They are plastic bodied with aluminum caps. What else do we get here? The servos. The steering is a 6 kilogram, so not all that good on that. And the shift servo is a 3 kilogram. So for a full-size servo, these are pretty weak. The axles are just monstrous in size. If you can see that, I mean that's a huge pumpkin on there. But you do get the metal links, you do get the metal shock caps, you do get a 2-speed with a metal motor plate. And like I said, it's actually, the 2-speed is actually really smooth. I'll be honest. The shifting so far is very smooth. It's got like 4 different sections to the case. I don't know if you can tell by that, but yeah. Depending on what you can get this for. So I did a little research for Black Friday, which, just so you can see about this thing and get my first impressions, I will post this up. Today is actually Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So I'll post this up for you all to kind of see this short little video about kind of the features and stuff and my first impressions. For in time, you know, it'll pop up in time for you to score a Black Friday deal. But Black Friday deal right now, I think I researched it on Amazon. Like, not researched, but like searched again. I think it's up for like $150. The regular price it showed at $318, so like $320. I wouldn't pay $320 for this, because you can get if you wanted to actually SCX 10.2, the deadbolt's still available at $339, I want to say. And then, of course, you got the base camp and stuff like that. And then so many other options, Red Cat Ascent being one of them, if you're looking for a more comp-oriented truck. Anyway, so this is definitely not a comp-oriented truck. This is more a trail-oriented truck. So there's a couple things with the axles. I mean, there's a lot of even like up and down play, like almost like there's no bearing in this outer portion. But like I said, looking at it, I almost want to say that the AR44s, just stock for stock, will look like they'll bolt into here. I don't have an Axial SCX 10.2 anymore, which is really weird. Wow, you don't have an SCX 10.2? Weird. Yeah, I know, it is kind of weird, but I got to get one because that twin I-beam, yeah, that's going to be a build. But shock wise, I think they're good. I think I'd like to change the oil out, something a little lighter. The bumper mounts are not really good at all. Very soft plastic, but the bones are there. If you can grab this up, I think, I want to say I've seen it over the course of the year just kind of pop up on my Amazon feed, anywhere from like 200 to 350 bucks. Wide range depending on what deals they have. But I would say 250 and under if you can get it for. Ain't a half bad rig. But I'll get this posted up, you know, that way you can see if you can catch it on a Black Friday deal, because you get that, and then you get Cyber Monday and stuff coming up. But instead of me keep rambling here, this is my first impressions on this Laegendary Grando. It is a 313 millimeter wheelbase, so that's standard. And body mounting, I don't like it, but this is an entry-level rig. I haven't done any kind of durability or crawling testing on it yet, obviously, so you're watching this as the first impressions, but it will be. I think out the gate, if you can score it for a good price, I don't think it's a bad buy. This, especially this 2-speed, I was shocked of how smoothly this shifted. You know, I noticed, you know, you got stuff like the Gen 9 and stuff like that that has shifting issues with their 2-speed, unlike the Red Cats. This is remarkably smooth. I've shifted it probably 20 times driving it. It's pretty much what I did. First gear, second gear, first gear, second gear, first gear, second gear. First gear is a bit on the higher side for crawling, but it is a nice low gear. Second gear or high gear, it's got a lot of speed. It has quite a bit of pickup for that. So the remote is nothing crazy. It does have like a USB port on the side. I don't know if the firmware is updatable on this. Basic trims on there, and it does have a little lanyard hoop, which is kind of nice, and you can one-handed drive it. But yeah, I mean, it's not a half bad transmitter, to be honest. And like I said, I'm not super familiar with this brand. I'm getting kind of more familiar with these Amazon brands and these, you know, kind of off-brand type stuff. This does say designed in USA, made in China. This particular one was, date of production was September of 2021, and it is November of 2023, so this has lived in the box for quite some time. Real quick with it, you do get some zip ties, I guess, in case you want to zip tie it back in the box. You get, the manual is a QR code. This is kind of cool. They do give you a lipo bag that comes with it, which is kind of neat. And what else do we got? And then we got some mirrors, and it is fully ready to run, actually. You have this little wall charger here that's got your Dean's connector. It comes with a nickel metal battery, which I don't even know what I did with it. I saw it and I'm like, oh, we don't need this anymore. But it does come with a battery. It comes with a nickel metal battery. So, yeah. So it is literally completely ready to run. Minus 4 AA's for your transmitter. And if you can grab it up on a good price, I think this is going to end up not being a bad deal. Especially if SCX 10.2 parts do in fact swap over, which I really think they will. I wish I had an axial 10.2 because I'd love to do a side-by-side comparison on this. But the frame rails really look like even the holes in them and everything. Anyway, we're going to find out in the future because I think these axles, there's so much play and like that's not the shocks. That's the axle. Just so much play in that axle. But I think a set of AR-44s on here, different wheels and tires. It wouldn't be a bad little trail truck. So, with all that said, yeah, if you're not subscribed, drop a subscription. I did hurt myself, so my back and my sciatic nerves are a little screwy, so that's why I haven't really been popping out videos, but it's going to be coming. And we are going to the Toys for Tots event at Cotton's coming up on December 2nd, I believe that is. So keep an eye out for the coverage video for that. Hopefully you can hear me through all this because I'm looking at the truck and not the camera talking to you. So anyway, with all that, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Do you have one of these? Do you think this is just an SCX 10.2 knockoff? It's looking a lot like it. Oh, these body clips are going to make me angry. So yeah, like and subscribe. And as always, y'all have a wonderful holiday, wonderful Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. And get out there, get dirty with some RCs, and don't be scared to try something a little different like these brands here. I'd like to cover more of these brands because a lot of them I've been seeing are actually pretty solid for a good price. So anyway, get out there, get dirty with some RCs.